your cat comes into the room, are you wondering what he's trying to tell you? Well, a lot of people are. And in this seminar, we're going to look at what the purr means, the meow means, and also the body language he's trying to transmit to you. I'm Dr. Jeff Grognet, and today we're going to look at what cats are trying to tell us. And so the first thing we're going to look at is body language. And the easiest one by far to look at is the ears. Now, when you look at the ears, there's different things that they can do. And first off, they can be totally up, they can be sideways, they can be back. It all depends on what the cat is trying to say at that time. So let's take a perfectly relaxed cat, one that is just asleep. And in those cases, the ears are pointing forward, usually slightly to the side, and they're relaxed. You'll see the cats are breathing nice and quiet, and they may even be asleep. But the thing is, there's nothing threatening them, and they're quite content just to stay there and paying attention in a superficial way. The other thing that ears can do is they can certainly go on alert status. Now, we can see this when a cat is coming towards us. So if you have a cat that just came into the room and he's looking up at you and he's just coming forward, you'll see the ears are forward and they're focusing on you. Or they may be focusing on something else. But the point is he's alert and he's responding to the situation. Having the ears in that position doesn't mean he's aggressive, it doesn't mean he's scared, it just means that, hey, I'm paying attention and let's see what's going to go on here. The other thing you'll see, which is a total contrast to all this, is the cat that has ears that are level. And in these cases, we can call this airplane ears. And that is, they're horizontal, they're going out sideways. And in these cases, this cat is ready for a fight. And you think of it this way, if the ears are down, then the other cat who's going to attack him may not be able to hit them. At least that's one of the theories we think. But I think more importantly, he's telling the other cat, or us if we're the ones that are causing the trouble to the cat, the ears are really telling us that, look out, I am ready to fight. Okay, so that's a very obvious one and very often one we don't want to get into. We see that at the vet hospital sometimes, and these are cats we don't want to mess with because they're going to get us. The other thing that cats can do with their ears is be scared. Okay, so this is a different thing altogether. And in these cases, these cats are having ears that are going back and forth. They're acting like radar. And they're trying to get more and more information in. But these cats, what they're going to be doing is looking all around nervously, trying to figure out, am I supposed to run? Am I supposed to stay? Am I supposed to attack? Well, those are the big options for them. So in all those cases, what you'll see is a cat that is sitting there, and just say he's on the couch, and then a loud noise comes from outside. Watch the ears right then, and that is, they'll just be going, whoa, whoa, what happened there? And they're trying to tell us that this is a cat that's trying to make a decision on what to do. Probably a little bit on the scared side. Okay? So, and then there's ones that are sort of very similar called the cat that can't make a decision. And you'll see the ears going independently. One flips out there, the other one flips out there, then they come back. And they're just gathering all the information they can to try to make a decision on what to do as well. Not quite as scared as the other ones I was just telling you about, but very close to being on the verge. So, that's the ears. Now let's move on to what cats tell us. So the one that's always perplexed people, and even veterinarians, is the purr. Now, a lot of people will say, well, they purr because they feel good. They're content, they're happy. And therefore they're lying on your lap and you hear this purr, purr, purr away. And in some cases that can be true. But when I see cats at the hospital that are obviously in pain, and what I mean by that is maybe they've been hit by a car and got a broken bone, they've got a very large bladder and it's painful because they can't pee. Or the other side is we may see a cat that is on his way out, and that is he doesn't have very long to go. He's probably going to be dying soon. These cats will purr. And the way I've always thought about this, and don't have anything to prove this at all, is that I think these cats are trying to center themselves. And what I mean by that is that if they can just sit there and just totally unfocus the outside world, they can just sit there and just purr away and go into themselves. You can call it, in New Age terms, you can call it a mantra that they're doing, but the point is they're trying to just disappear from what's going on around them and just trying to live in that moment and hopefully get rid of a bit of the pain that's there. And so anyway, the purr can mean different things, and it all depends on the context that you see it in. The other thing you can see with cats, of course, and this one's really easy, is a hissing cat. When the cats hiss, what they're telling us is, back off because I will attack you if you don't do that. And these ones are really easy to do. Usually you'll see the body language of the ears being down. And also their back is arched, their tail might be fluffy, and they're trying to make themselves as big as they can so that they can look like they're going to attack. So in these cases, yeah, take the message. And that is, back off from the cat, allow him to hiss away. The other one, of course, is the meow. And this one can mean so many things. There was a very neat study done in cats where they recorded the meows, and what they did then is they gave the meows, the recordings, to different people and say, what did this cat say? And what they were able to do, or what they found out in this thing, is that the people who owned the cats, specifically the ones that made the sound, were able to interpret them because they said, oh, that's when he wants to be fed. That's when he wants to be let outside. That's when I have to get out of bed because he's starting to bother me. The point is, that cat is talking to that person. The other people who are unfamiliar with the cat weren't able to decipher those messages. So what really happens in these situations is that the cats have, I'll call it a secret language of the meow, but what they're able to do is that secret is between you and the cat. It's not between another person and the cat. And that tells us that cats don't have a universal language that they say that meow means this, and that's what's going to be transmitted throughout to the entire cat population. So the meows are really neat in that they're only done for the person who's listening. And when you think about this, cats that are out in the wild, the feral ones, they rarely say anything. There's really only two times they communicate. One is when they're facing a foe and they're hissing and they're trying to prove their superiority and maybe avoid a fight. And then the other one, of course, is when they're trying to attract another cat, and that is this breeding time. And you get the females and the males that will go out and do this crying behavior, all based on the hormones that they're smelling or feeling in their bodies. Other times other than fighting or breeding, they really don't say much out in the wild. They're a very quiet creature. So when they come into our house and start meowing, that means a whole lot. Okay? But the key is, it's your message and from your own cat. Okay? Now, if you want to look at some other things that cats do, one, of course, is the tail. And there's different postures that the tail will take. And in a cat that's coming to you, it's alert, non-threatened, that type of thing, the tail is usually straight up, maybe with a crook at the end of it. And that means, hey, I'm confident, I'm not too scared. The converse is, if you get a cat that's kind of scared, the tail will fluff. It's like a bottle brush. And these guys really tell us that, hey, I'm worried about life, and look at my tail back here. It's showing some problems. If you want to see more on what tails are telling us, check out our free shelter and rescue course, because we've got some diagrams in there and also some explanations on what a little bit more of the body language means. There's one more thing I want to cover when we're looking at cats. And that one more thing is, I call it the rub. Now, if you have cats, you're probably familiar with this. You come home from your day of work, or you come inside the house, and the cat runs up to you and starts rubbing on your legs. And they're just going back and forth and just rubbing their head right in, saying, hey Mom, I missed you. Well, maybe they're saying that. The other thing, a big possibility, and this came out years and years ago, was that cats have a lot of scent glands on their muzzle, exactly where the whiskers are. So when they're rubbing on you, they're actually putting their scent on you, on your clothes. And that means, hey, I'm trying to claim this person, and therefore she belongs to me. So think of it either way. They're either giving you lots of affection, saying, hey, I love you, welcome home, I really missed you, or I'm claiming you. It all depends what you think of cats on that one. So I hope this has helped you with sorting out what cats are trying to tell you. What you should do is pay attention to your cat. Watch what they're telling us. And you can watch the ears, you can watch the tail, just watch the body language. Even look at the face. Is it relaxed? Is it not? Are the whiskers back, forward, that type of thing. And also, what sounds are they making? And putting that all together, the whole package, you'll be able to get an idea on what these little guys are trying to tell us. So anyway, enjoy your cats. I'm Dr. Jeff Grognet, and hopefully we'll see you in another webinar.